April is the month of diversity awareness and autism awareness and acceptance. And so that's what we want to talk about today because, our goal is to unify and appreciate our uniqueness. But there are some things that seem to prevent that. So I want to talk a little bit about 4 barriers, not saying that's all there are, but let's start by talking about 4. One is a fear of conflict. People, you know what, they would rather not be around people who are different than them because there might be some different experiences that they have that make them uncomfortable. Maybe they don't want to talk about certain things. They're afraid to be around certain people. So what they choose is just be around people who are like them because they have a fear of conflict. Another thing that might happen is, there's a lack of a diverse network. I mean, sometimes what happens is, and I see this in recruiting, and I bet, Quinn, you see this a lot, so people, when they have openings at organizations, they tell their network, we have an opening, so we want you to reach out to your network. The thing that happens is their network might be like your network. It might not include people who are different than them. So a lack of a diverse network can also be a challenge. Another problem, too, is biases, and we all have them. The challenge is not being aware of our biases and recognizing the prejudices that we have, which make us have assumptions and really cause a problem and help us or stop us from growing like we might want to grow. So biases do stop us, our barriers that stop us. And another one, and I'm going to say it, is arrogance. Sometimes people say, you know what, I'm good. My life is good. I don't need to get involved with people who are different than me. I'm good. So I would say that those are 4 barriers that prevent us from thriving together because of our uniqueness. So what I want to do is I want to start by talking about what we can do to create an autism-friendly environment. And again, we're recognizing that this is Autistic Awareness Month. And so, Quinn, I'm going to start with you and ask you, because this is a big thing. The great news is that we are all becoming more aware of differences and moving toward thriving together. So share with us, what can we do to create an autism-friendly environment, Quinn?
So I think the very first thing is making sure that we're creating a safe environment for everybody. I think the one thing with autism is there's these what were traditionally social norms are no indication whatsoever of somebody's qualifications. So if somebody doesn't shake your hand firmly or they don't look you in the eye, that doesn't mean that they're any less engaged or any less interested. So I think it's a part about educating ourselves. There are a number of resources as we navigate this world of neurodiversity and what employers need to do to create friendly workplace environments. Part of that is dissolving the expectation that employees are the ones who are responsible to ask for accommodations. I think as managers and leaders, if you start to recognize that there may be some differences in the way somebody works, it is a leader's responsibility to ask, what tools or what can I do to provide to you to set you up for success? Whether that be physical work environment, workplace flexibility, work hours flexibility. For a lot of employers out there, if they don't know where to start, Ernst & Young or EY has incredible case studies on how neurodiversity and autism drive innovation. And the biggest case study that they did was they created their own center of excellence. And they had a project where they allocated project managers who were self-identified as autistic and gave them specific deliverables and measurable deliverables. And from that really showed the value of the success that can happen when you empower your employees with the right tools and environment. Other resources that I found particularly really helpful is higherautism.org. Okay. It's actually an organization as an arm of the Organization for Autism Research. And it provides job-seeking tools and resources for those with autism, as well as for employers. Great training mechanisms, great ideas and thoughts on how to start to create better environments that are more inclusive. Other resources include autismsociety.org, where there's local chapters as well.
Okay. Wow. Those are some great resources. And thank you for sharing that. And, a key thing that I heard you say, Quinn, was it's the leader's responsibility to notice. So rather than judge, we do have biases, right? We talked about that. Rather than making assumptions that this is the kind of work that this person should do, let's expand beyond that.